What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm going to show you how I made $3,000 today, but better yet, I'm going to show you the strategy that made me over $70,000 this past month trading futures. If you guys are new to my channel, my name is Colt Mosdef. I would definitely recommend hitting that subscribe button. I also am on Instagram, so if you guys want to connect with me there, definitely shoot me a follow. There should be something on the screen where you guys can go to my Instagram. And lastly, if you guys want one-on-one mentorship, there is a link in the description where you can now book a call with me. It's 100% free, and on that call, we'll just consult to see where you're at with your trading, your goals, and if I would be a good mentor for you to actually help you get to the next level with your trading. Now, guys, without further ado, let's get in my computer and let's make some money. So you guys can see on my screen $71,000 from March 1st to March 25th, 64% win rate. Guys, it's been a crazy month, but I want to show you guys the strategy that I have been using. And if you guys watch this video very closely, you will understand my strategy 100% perfectly. There's nothing special about it. I'm literally just plugging in and using a specific setup that is reoccurring over and over and over again, literally every single day. It's just the patience factor is a big thing. So the main three assets, so let's start with this. The main three assets that I focus on trading are going to be the S&P 500, ES, YM, the Dow Jones, and NQ, the NASDAQ. If you are a Forex trader and you do not trade futures, that's completely fine. On the Forex side, it would just be NAS 100, US 30, and then the S&P 500. So this strategy will correlate perfectly with Forex and futures and even options as well. It's just I'm using futures, so the broker and stuff like that are a little bit different. So first things first, let's get down to business. There's a couple of things that I want to tell you guys that really go hand in hand with this strategy. So we'll call this Colt Strat. Okay. Now I think the first thing is the pairs that we're going to be trading. We just did go over this a second ago, but the pairs are going to be what? ES, S&P 500, YM, the Dow Jones, then NQ. Those are the only three pairs that I focus on trading. Now, there's something that I've noticed recently with these three assets. ES and NQ, they have very similar patterns and their technicals are very, very similar. Now, the thing with YM is it's a little bit different. So if you guys are trading and there may not be a setup on ES or NQ like there wasn't a setup on ES or NQ today, I literally just looked at YM and my setup was right there in front of my eyes. Okay. Now, next thing is going to be time frame. The time frame that I'm using, guys, is just the minute one time frame. Next, time to trade. I found that 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. EST is an immaculate window of time. The market open, this still applies with the market open. Like the main times that I'm trading, guys, like I'll give you it right now, are 9:30 a.m. to 11 a.m. and this is EST. That's like the window of time, the hour and a half that I'm looking at. But lately I've kind of been waiting for the market open to do its thing, and I've been trading between the times of 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. So for this example, I was trading from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on this. And then the entry model, all we're looking for is a fair value gap. Fair value gap. So if you guys want, you can take a screenshot. This is the basis of the strategy right here. We are on the 1 minute time frame, looking at YM. When I'm trading on this, I'm looking from 10 a.m. So we can see right here, we have 10 a.m. is right here, all the way to 11. That 1 hour window of time is all that you guys need. And I did take a trade earlier this week. I had a $40,000 trade this week, guys. It was pretty freaking insane. I put it on my Instagram and everything. But when I'm using this strategy, I'm keeping it very, very simple. And the thing that I love about this is if you guys show up from Monday to Friday and you are just waiting for this setup to appear, it is going to show up. So let's go over the fair value gap. If you guys go to indicators right here, if you guys go to indicators, type in Lux, Lux, algo, one word, space, fair value gap, and you'll be able to get this indicator right here by Lux Algo. Now this indicator actually prints fair value gaps on our chart. So you guys can see all these rectangles, these are fair value gaps. So for this example, let's go and look at this fair value gap right here. Okay, so a fair value gap is an imbalance in price. And what I like to see when a fair value gap forms is I want to see very clear market structure. I want to see the market in a clear downtrend or in a clear uptrend. And if it's in a downtrend, I want to see lower lows being formed, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. As you guys can see right here, we have that very, very nicely in this little section of time right here. And then for an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. So as we're looking at the market right here, take note of this fair value gap. It's a 3 candlestick pattern, by the way, guys. So we have 1, 2, 3. We have 3 candles right here. Now, the second candle is usually the candle that creates the gap. So all we're really seeing this indicator do is it's getting a rectangle from the, this is for a bearish fair value gap, and you can reconcile it for a bullish fair value gap. So really what it's doing is it's getting a rectangle from the first candle's low, and then it's going to the third candle's high. And then all it's doing is extending this rectangle into the future. Now, like I mentioned, a fair value gap is 1, 2, 3 candles. And what I want you guys to note right here is on this fair value gap, notice how we had this previous lower low right here. So we have this lower low, this would be a lower high right here, and then we have a new lower low forming right here. Notice how the body of this candle, it closes lower than the low of this candle right here. That's showing that support is being broken, and as it's breaking support, we're seeing this fair value gap be formed right here. So usually you'll see a fair value gap being formed on a lower low or a higher high. And then on the lower high or the higher low, price will retrade into the fair value gap and then push off. So that's exactly what we saw right here. 1, 2, 3 candles. And usually the 4th, 5th, or 6th candle will retrade into the fair value gap, and that's when we'd want to sell. So you guys can see right here on this candle, it goes back into the rectangle. As soon as price hits it, you're selling at the bottom of the rectangle, the middle part of the rectangle, or the top of the rectangle. Most all the time, it will just hit the bottom of the rectangle like it did right here, here, and here. So you really had 3 minutes to get into this trade. So now let's go into my trade that I had taken today. So I showed up, like I said, guys, at 10 a.m. I was right here in the markets. I showed up about 2 minutes earlier, so I was right here at like 10:58. And that's usually what I'm doing is like I start trading around 10 a.m., but I'm showing up a couple minutes early just to like kind of get a visual on what's happening in the market. So what happened? Well, first off, if I replay this, I saw that price had made this fair value gap right here. 1, 2, 3. So what did I do? I started setting up my position right at that fair value gap right here. Now this is a valid lower low because notice how we have this lower low, lower high, lower low. Notice how the body of this candle right here, it goes and breaks this low on this candle. It closes lower than it right here. The body closes lower than this low right here, giving us confirmation that it wants to push. So I set up my position. My stop loss for this trade is right above the first candle that makes the fair value gap. So right here we have the first candle. That's where my stops were, right there at that that high right there. And if you guys turn this little magnet on, you can get this magnet and it will automatically lock into the highs, the opens, the close, the lows of the candle. So it makes it really easy to get a precise stop loss and TP. So that's how I had my trade set up. Next thing that I did is I got my fibs. I went from this high to this low. So this extension of this lower low, I went from the high to the low. My 100% level is at the high. My 0% level is at the low. And my negative 100% level is where my take profit was on this trade. And you guys can see that it offered me a beautiful 3-to-1 risk to reward ratio on this trade. So for this trade, I actually was risking $1,000 to make $3,000, and that's exactly what happened. So let's play it out. You guys can see price did drop pretty hard right here on this candle at 10 a.m. We did have some news come out. Wasn't worried at all. Saw this candle coming. I was like, perfect. It should just come right back in that fair value gap, hit it, push down, break this low right here, right where my take profit is. There you go. There's my entry right there. That's when I got into the trade. And then it kind of played around for a second, came back into the fair value gap. And then eventually it went and hit my TP pretty freaking quick right here on this candle. So if I exit out of this, I go back here. You guys can see the executions that I had. So you guys can see right here, it's clockwork, literal clockwork. I sold right here on this candle for 7 contracts at 42,338, and then I closed right here. It's as simple as that. If you guys go and watch my previous videos, the ones that say how I made $3K today or I made $5,000 trading today, I literally go over the strategy step by step. But if you guys really want one-on-one help, you want an accountability partner, you want to go into the psychology, the mindset side of things, and there's a plethora of other things that are involved in this strategy. I'm just giving you guys the tip of the iceberg. So if you guys are serious about your trading and you want to level up, definitely go in the description, book a call with me, and let's talk more. But guys, I'll see you on the next video. Peace. Not a lot of people made it to the end of the video, but you did. Make sure you share this video with a friend. Also, comment below. I want to know who you guys are and how I can help you guys out with your trading. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I'm dropping weekly videos every single week on trading to help you guys out. Look forward to seeing you guys soon.